Welcome back. Yes, sometimes unlucky 13. Now, David, if we want to find out anything these days, we tend to head to our computer screen, wherever it is, and we take part in a certain kind of searching process.
We do.
But the history behind that word is very interesting.
To think back in the early 1900s, there was a mathematician, an American mathematician called Edward Kasner. And he was at Columbia University, and he was thinking about huge numbers, monumental numbers. And one such number, which had no name, was a 1 followed by 100 zeros. Now, he was walking in the park with his two nephews, and he asked the kids, what would you call such a number? Imagine doing that.
That's right. Use your imagination, kids.
And Milton, who was aged 9, said, a Google. And so the word Google was born. That's G-O-O-G-O-L.
Ah, interesting spelling.
Now, 100 years later, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, who had invented a search engine that used algorithms instead of the customary method. And they were looking for a name that captured the fact that it could find a vast number of sites. And they thought of Google, G-O-O-G-O-L.
Oh, that's what they were going to call it.
That's what they were going to call it.
Ah.
But a misspelling occurred, allegedly, on a investor's cheque, G-O-O-G-L-E.
Yes.
And because it was such a large amount on the cheque, they also looked at that spelling mistake and thought, well, that's probably a more instinctive way to spell it anyhow. I just love the fact that here are two words that now sit in the English language. The first created by a child's imagination, and the second by a spelling mistake that has now become a verb with a small g for us finding out such wonderful stories like that.
It is a fantastic story, David. Thank you very, very much. A
Pleasure.
beauty. Let's have a look at our scores now. Christine is on 6, Nick is on 20 as we move into our next letter game tonight. And Christine, would you choose some letters for us, please?
Yes, Richard. Thank you, Lily. Can I have a consonant, please?
You can, thanks Christine. Starting with a T.
And another consonant.
G.
A vowel, please.
O.
And another vowel.
I.
Another consonant.
H.
Another consonant.
R.
And another vowel, please.
U.
And another consonant, please.
D.
One more consonant, please.
C.
Thanks, Lily. Here's the clock. Well, Christine, that clock came racing around. How did you go?
I just got a 5 this time, Richard.
Nick?
I've got a 7.
Let's go for the 5 first, please, Christine.
Night.
And Nick, your 7?
Drought.
Drought. Very nice. David?
Can I clarify your word, Christine, please?
Night, N-I-G-H-T.
I thought you said night. Unfortunately, there's no N in that mix, so night, I'm afraid, could not have been allowed. Drought, on the other hand, a word we know all too well, the best to be found.
So 7 points on that occasion for Nick. On to more letters now, and Nick, this time it's your choice.
I'll start with a consonant, please, Lily.
Thanks Nick. Starting with a D.
And a vowel, please.
E.
A consonant.
T.
Another consonant.
S.
And a vowel, please.
I.
And another vowel.
E.
And a consonant, please.
N.
Another consonant.
P.
And I'll finish with a vowel, please.
And lastly, A.
And 30 seconds from now. Nick, how many did you get that time?
7. Sorry.
7, thank you. Christine,
I got 7.
let's start with yours first, Christine, please.
Stipend.
Very nice. Nick?
Painted.
Painted. Lovely words, David.
We have stipend and painted, lovely 7s, and I could add to that with despite.
7 very good points each for Nick and Christine. That means that Christine's on 13 and Nick is on 34. Time to leave the letters behind now and tackle a few numbers. And Christine, would you like to make the first selection of numbers, please?
Yes, Richard. Lily, can I have 2 large and 4 small, please?
2 large and 4 small. Thank you, Christine. And our numbers are 3, 6, 7, 9, and the 2 large, 50 and 25, and the target number, 127.
Thanks, Lily. Let's head for that target. Well, Christine, how did you go?
I got 126, Richard.
Just 1 off the target. That's very nice. Nick,
I made 127.
you're spot on. So take us through your method, please.
I started with the 50 and then added 3 times 25, so added 75.
50 plus 3 by 25, which is 75, which gives you 125.
And then took the 7 away from the 9 to get my 2, and then added that to the 125.
So it's 9 minus 7 is 2. Add that on is 127.
Very nice work, Nick. Would you have used the same method, Lily, or did you use the same method?
I did it slightly differently.
Show us your variation on the theme,
Okay,
please.
now 9 minus 7 is 2. By 50 is 100. Add the 25 gives you 125. And to get the remaining 2, you divide the 6 by the 3. Add that on, 127.
Very nice indeed. So, on that occasion, 10 points to Nick for being spot on target. That takes our scores to Christine on 13 and Nick strongly leading at this point on 44. And now let's head for another short break and another word mix for you. This time, slab yell. And your clue, contains 3 of itself. See you very shortly.